Hello and welcome to Quite Simply, where we quite simply chat about quite simply whatever I feel like chatting about, all while doing my LED masking. Today, you'll notice I have got the blue light on. I'm having the most epic, and I can only guess, hormonal breakout of acne all along my jawline, and I was very naughty, and I squeezed it, and I know you're not meant to, and now it's gross, and I'm trying not to squeeze the other ones, and I'm doing pretty good, but I'm naughty. And yeah, apparently blue light is said to help with healing and inflammation and all the rest of that good stuff. So let's see. I've been doing it even when I haven't been doing YouTube videos. That's how serious I am, mainly because I will be going and doing I have two jobs, and one of them is customer facing, and that starts this weekend after the holidays. And I just don't want people running away in horror. Anyway, this is my midway January goal chicken for running, for not drinking alcohol, and also I added a new goal, which is just typical of me. But first of all, let's start off with the running. So the plan was to do a streak of 31 days, no less than 1.9 kilometers or 1.89, because sometimes I'll run the exact same route and some days it says 1.93, sometimes it says 1.89, and no more than 3 kilometers, because I don't want my 45-year-old bones or joints to fall apart in the process of doing this. I want them to maintain their strength. I don't want to suddenly have to stop because I've pulled something. That being said, my hamstrings are feeling a little tight, so I've been adding in some extra stretches at the end. But I've done it. So far, so good. 15 days, just had my last run. Today I went for 3Ks. I was naughty one day and went 3.6, but I was feeling really good, and it was actually quite cool out. I mean, the reason I don't want to run longer runs is because it's just hot and I hate running in heat. So I've been keeping it short, and I thought, well, we might as well do it more often if we're doing it shorter, just doing shorter distances. But yeah, so that's going really well. And what's been even more awesome is actually seeing my shorter distances getting faster. Like before, when I was running sort of 2 to 3Ks, I would be able to maintain maybe a 6:15 pace, or maybe even a 6:10 per kilometer on a good day. Now on my shorter runs, I got to like 5 minutes 43, which was insane for me because I have very short legs, and there's just, for me, I feel like there's no way they can go faster, but they're going faster. So I'm hoping that this will help improve my overall times when I start going back to my 5 to 10K runs. So that's been really exciting, and also very enjoyable, I must say. There's just nothing quite like getting up at an early start to the day and then going, having your coffee, watching a little YouTube, and then going for a little run and watching the birdies flit around and the sun come up, and it's all a bit glorious. Right, so there's that. Secondly, I have been doing absolutely fine with the dry January. I mean, like I said in a previous video, I've been doing this for 3, maybe 4 Januaries now. It's just part of my yearly routine where I have a little break from all sorts, mainly because also I'm one of those people who give me a couple of wines and next thing you know, I'm shoving chips and dip and chocolate and crackers and cheese and all that good stuff into my gob as well. So that also helps me take a step back from all the grossness. And who knows? I mean, I know that this is meant to be hormonal acne, but maybe there's also an element of just purging all the junk that I put into my body for the 10 days over the holiday period, because I'm good like that. But yeah, no, that's been really good. And it's also been interesting because I've been trying to be a bit more mindful about, those moments where I'm like, oh, I could do with a glass of whatever. And what I've learned is that sometimes it's when I feel really big emotions that I'm like, oh, I must numb these. For example, I was watching Nicole Kidman, accept an award and talking about her mother who's just passed away, sadly. And she got really emotional. And then I got really emotional. And I was like, oh God, wine would be good. And I was like, this is ridiculous. It's not even your feelings. It's not even your mum. And it was like, actually, yeah, for me, big feelings. I was brought up, don't feel so much. I was always told that I was a nervy child, and that I was just a bit dramatic. And it's like, yeah, maybe I am, and maybe that was my way of just trying to just stamp down all these big feelings that I have, which tells me that that's really sad, and we shouldn't stamp down our big feelings, especially if we're just sitting there having them by ourselves. Instead, why don't we just be a bit more mindful about them, figure out where they're coming from, and deal with it? Who would have thought? I learned something in this dry January of 2025 that I hadn't learned in any of my previous, and I'm here for that. You know, what is life if you're not continually learning? Lastly, I added in something in one of my many meanderings around books and the internet. I read something somewhere that said that you should start the day off with gratefulness. Now, this is not new to me. I understand the concept of gratefulness. Often, my family and I, especially if we've not had the best days, will have our dinner and we'll sit at the table and we're all forced to say 3 things that we're grateful for. And some days it's very hard and other days it's easy. But I've never thought that it might be a really nice way to start off my day. Like the moment I wake up, instead of reaching for my phone, which I am naughty and I do that and I check my emails and all the rest of it, I am now making a concerted effort to wake up, to still myself, and to think about 3 things I'm grateful for. For example, today I was grateful for watching a really beautiful full moon rise last night. I was grateful for the fact that we can afford to have nice food in the cupboards. And I was really grateful for my family. I think that's what it was. Could have been something else. Anyway, I was grateful for my family. I love my family. I'm lucky that I have the husband and the daughter I do. I love them immensely. So that's nice. I would encourage anyone to try that. Don't do anything except for do 3 elements of gratefulness when you wake up. See how you feel for the rest of the day. I've been feeling good. Oh, and I forgot, I had another goal. My project. I have been cooking those and taking names on my project. I finished like the next big chunk of it. I have been working on accompanying documents that will need to go with it when I submit it to hopefully have it approved. I will continue with those accompanying documents today. Tomorrow I'm going to do the big read through of the project and hopefully I'll be able to start sending it off looking for someone to pick it up. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers for me if anyone's watching. As always, I have no idea. I think I might try and be brave and maybe do a video on looking through stats if I have any and see if anyone is watching this. I do know that I've had some comments and that freaked me out and I replied to one and then I turned off emails about comments because I didn't know that you could turn off emails until I got them and went, I don't want to know what people are saying. So I do know that there have been watchers. I just am trying to imagine that hasn't been the case. But yes, I replied to one lovely person who was very supportive in my why I will never set foot in the gym again video. So I don't know if you're watching, but thank you. Have I already thought thank you? Maybe I just did it in my head. I'm good like that. Anyway, I have to go and get ready for the rest of my day and finish off my masking. Hopefully my skin will continue to improve before I have to go back to the work this weekend. Another thing to cross fingers for. Well, thanks for watching this far. If you have, tell me your goals. Have a look down below. I'm going to be doing a video on stats, so if you do look, I promise I will say, if you're saying nice things, I'll reply. If you're being mean, I'm just going to pretend I haven't seen it. That's called self-care. Anyway, I'm out. See you. Bye.